In this episode, I'm going to show you the easiest way to make pop-ups and tooltips, and it is by using Popover API that is now available to the browsers and Anchor CSS. Let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back. Now let's demonstrate how Popover works. Here I have one button and one div. To this div I will give a Popover attribute and hit save, and immediately you can see that this div is gone. Now all I have to do is to connect this button to this Popover so that my button opens the Popover window. So here on my button I will put Popover target, and here I will give an ID to my Popover, let's say pop, and here for the value of this attribute I will use this ID pop. So now I connected my button using Popover target attribute with the div with the ID of pop, which is Popover. Now watch what happens when I click to my button. As you can see, I have my Popover opening. Now, how can we close this Popover? We have lots of options. We could click the button again and it's gone, or we can click somewhere else and it's gone, or we can hit escape button and my pop-up window is gone. Pretty cool, right? Now, if you remember some of my recent videos where we demonstrated using Dialog element for making model windows, this is very similar. You can also with this Popover, you get the top layer in the browser that is not affected but by Z indexes on your elements. And you can also style the, for example, if I can style for my Popover, I can style the backdrop pseudo element, and I can put background color, for example, to red. If I hit save, here you can see that I have a model window. Now, if I can also have an X button, another button for closing the window, which will be just in charge of closing the window. I can change that with another attribute here. To demonstrate that, I will comment out my background color. Okay, so on my Popover button, I can say Popover target action, and I can put that by default is toggle. Okay, hit save. Let's test it out. As you can see, no differences. This is the default. Now instead of toggle, I can say show. Hit save. Now, as you can see, my button is only showing the window, and I can put hide. Now my button is only in charge of hiding the window. So you can have two buttons, one that will show your Popover window and the second with this Popover target action to hide this window. I will remove that here. So you can see that this could be easily used for making model windows as well, just as it was the case with the Dialog element, but that's not the primary purpose of this API. It's more for making pop-ups and tooltips. So right now I will demonstrate how you can make pop-ups and tooltips very easily, and for that we are gonna need Anchor CSS to style our Popover. And but let me first show you where you can find this in real life. If you are a developer, you've probably seen Popover in action, and you've seen it here. Now this is the github.com, and as I told you, you've probably seen Popover in action. Here, when you click to create new repo, you get this Popover. This is done using the Popover API. Now we are gonna make something very similar to this. Okay, let's try to build something like you've seen on github.com. As you can see, I have my button here, which has popover target pop, and here is my popover, which is an unordered list with the ID of pop. As you can see, by default, it's hidden. If I press this button, here is my list, and now we only need to position this correctly. Okay, for that we are gonna jump to our CSS, and here for the positioning of the popover, as you can see, I already have some styling to have the desired look, mostly colors and borders and font size. Okay, so now to my popover here, important thing is to put the inset to unset. As you could see earlier, I have my top, bottom, left and right by default on my popover. So with this line, I will cancel that and I will put back to unset. Now we need to use some of the anchor properties to connect our button and popover, and I've seen some people would go here and say something like this, put anchor attribute to their popover and then use anchor function to position the element. For some reasons this is not working for me. Instead of that, I'm gonna use CSS. Okay, inside our CSS, I will to my button, I will give anchor name, and it should start with double hyphen, just like you would do with CSS variables, and you can give it the name you want. I will say button, and now to my popover, which is this with the ID of pop, I will put position anchor. Position anchor should be, of course, our btn, the name we used, just like that. And now we have successfully connected our button and our popover. So we have to the button we have the name, and now I can position my popover relative to this button. Now let's see how can we do that. So simply I can say that I want the top of my popover to be, I hope you remember, it's somewhere here at the bottom of my button. So I will use this special anchor function, and here I will put the anchor bottom. So I want the top of my popover to be the bottom of my anchor, which is our button. Okay, and then for the left, I will put again anchor, and of course I want my left to be anchor left. Okay, as you can see now my popover is positioned on the bottom left of my button. Now I don't want to be this close, I want some margin between them. So what I could do, I could put some margin on my popover, but instead of that I can also do something more cool. I can use a calc function, and here I can put my anchor bottom plus, let's say, 5 pixels. And if I save now, you can see now I have some distance between my button and my popover, just exactly as I want it. Now I put this button in the middle to show you the other ways you can position your popover. So let's say I want it to be on top and to the center. Like for example, let's say this is a tooltip. This is the usual position of our tooltips. So instead of this here, let me comment this out. I would say then that my bottom of my popover is my anchor top. And my left of my popover is my anchor center in this case. Let's save that. Okay, but as you can see, my left edge of my popover is centered. As always, what we can do in this case is we can translate our window and do that by minus 50%, hit save, and now I have my popover just perfectly in the center and on the top of my button. Of course, again, you can use the calc here to separate them a little bit. Okay, I will remove that and get back to our original position, which is the way it was done in GitHub. And now one last thing I want to show you, again, as we did with the modal windows with our dialog element, you can again use a starting style to animate this popover. So I will say at starting style, and let's say we want to animate the scale of the window. I will put the scale that starts from 0, and here I can go and put scale that goes to 1, and of course I need transition, let's say 0.6 seconds to all properties. And if I hit save now, let's have a look. As you can see, now my popover is animated. Okay, awesome. That would be it, guys, for this quick tutorial. I hope you liked this popover and Anchor CSS. As you can see, pretty cool and easy way to make your pop-up windows and tooltips, and there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with that. I will link the documentation in the description of this video. I want to thank you for watching. As always, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Goodbye and lots of love.